Attack on Titan Season 2 is the new hit sequel to the ever-popular first, in it we rejoin John Yeager in his adventures to commit genocide on a band of deformed man-eating titans, with guest appearances from Mr. Beast, Amber Heard, and the army of Mikasa stands born from the wretched hellscape known as Twitter. This video's call to duty is to give you a relatively straightforward summary of the aforementioned second season, with only light tampering to the original plot. I may or may not have poorly edited James Charles into this scene, but you'll never know unless you like and subscribe to this YouTube. With that said, I hope you are ready to bear witness to the greatest summary of Attack on Ryan Season 2. To recap the events of last season, Eren Senpai made the discovery that he has Titan powers after being consumed by Santa Claus and having a rave with half-eaten corpses. The scouts decided to keep him around not because of his personality or physical ability, but mostly because his ability to transform into a giant naked man and his overprotected adopted sister. Oh yes, it's happened. On their first expedition outside the sinister giant walls, a 10-meter female with adequate childbearing hips gets the hots for Eren and attempts to consume him Jolly Rancher style. After some necessary plot development, the unhinged 15-year-old beats the shit out of a woman in the middle of a populated area, and she ice-style ninjutsus her entire body. Alright, that should catch you up to speed. Picking up right where we left off last time, Four Eyes has discovered that there are giant skinless men hiding within the walls that surround their territory. Oddly enough, this is the first time anyone has truly questioned the strange origin of these walls. The devout wall priest, whose disciples were, sat on, seems to be hiding some important details about the boys in the walls. The holy man shows to be hard to break, so Four Eyes decides to keep this plot revealed for a later episode. In the meantime, these lads and some Titan food are being attacked by Titans. You knew it was coming. While Eren is napping in a nice and homey environment, Scout Commander Guy has been selected to participate in the Try Not to Be Eaten challenge, with ringleader Mr. Beast giving away 10 grand to anyone who survives. Today is not his day. Eren, Big Brain, Badass 1 and Badass 2, Four Eyes, and the Holy Wallfather all set out to go help the Magnificent Seven on the front lines. Speaking of which, Potato Girl and John Connor get some much needed character development to round out their characters and open the door to the horrors of my brain. The scouts searching the wall for the point of entry of the Titans comes to the susty realization that there is no such hole. Falling under the pressure of seeing how fucked the world is, the priest shares those important details from earlier, including a name that we don't get to hear, and then dies. Eventually, that is. Currently, the other squad is being surrounded by Mr. Beast's greed-driven contestants, participating in Who Can Game in the Most Scouts challenge. Hi, sister! The recruits barricade the basement door to keep the Charles at bay. The motherfucker didn't come alone though, but thanks to Reiner's inhuman amount of strength, they're able to drop kick Shane Dawson out of the 4th story window, ending the YouTube makeup trend for good. Without batting an eye to the strange recent events, Mr. Beast summons a third wave cocked full of Annie stands whose sole desire is the return of their queen. Their numbers overpower the no-name scouts who succumb to the fate that has always awaited them. But oh, what's this? After a heartthrob speech and a character developing flashback, this once unimportant recruit transforms into and fuck shit up. The main squad comes to assist in the cleanup and everything is cool now. We're safe on the wall, we're recovering from the hard-fought battle, we're in no position for anything to go south. Despite the fact that Reiner just dropped the fucking ball straight onto Eren's balls, he's taking the information that these two started the entire conflict of the story quite well. His reaction is so reasonable and well-mannered, it seems to fry Reiner's brain and crash his operating system. These two meatheads announce to the world that they will be settling this right here and now, which is unsurprisingly met with Mikasa fucking bodying them harder than when my mother found out I failed first grade.
It's time, it's happening. Reiner versus Eren. Who will win?
What are you doing, man? There you go, champ. Oh shit. Well, you had him in the first half, buddy. Erwin is informed that the unhinged blonde guy and the skinny Hoover guy have captured Eren and made off like bandits. Mikasa is currently having a crisis, fiercely sniffing the scarf Eren gifted her, and Eren has been turned into a handicap. Grim times call for desperate measures, and who better to launch a counteroffensive to chop some heads off giant sentient beings who have the strength of 400 elephants than the legendary sociopath Erwin Smith. Eren and Ymir are currently being held on a giant tree, with the Titan showing uncanny resemblance to James Corden lying beneath it. Right across from them, Bertolt is becoming increasingly distressed by Reiner's inability to separate his two personalities, and he starts freaking out. It seems Eren's mental state is starting to decline as well, but in a completely different path. Ymir opts to pull a Halo 4 betrayal and joins Reiner and Hoover to protect her future lover, and they make a run for it. They have made the grave mistake, though, of underestimating the will of Erwin Smith. And let's not forget Mikasa. Ho ho ho, you don't want to cross this woman. As the scouts fully close the gate, gap, Erwin showcases the intensity that lives within his heart as he launches a final assault to secure Eren. The tenacity within this man is an untapped source of eternal energy. The enemy will know fear when they look into his eyes. They will know escape is temporary and relief is but a pipe dream. With Eren separated from the two traitors, we can't relax yet as the past has come to haunt us once more, and Johnny Yeager must stand face to face against the mother-consuming Titan Amber Aquaman. But this battle will not be stretched into a 4-week trial covered by the greatest law students known as Twitch streamers. It will be summed up with one punch and 1,000 Johnny Yeager fans consuming what little is known of this foul creature. This act of God saves the entire Scout Regiment by directing all the attention of Twitter cancel culture, allowing the fight for humanity and free speech to live another day. In the aftermath of Eren's first miracle, Reiner and Bertolt retreat, knowing he is now capable of surpassing even Jesus Christ with his new power. Ymir also accompanies them for reasons I don't quite understand, nor will I try to. It turns out that these titans found within the inner walls earlier were actually villagers from this guy's hometown. This was found out because he recognized his oversized mother, who is the bunt end of every Yo Mama joke since the early 2000s. With that cliffhanging development, things come to a close, but there is still more to come. Mr. Beast is still out there looking for new participants for his next challenge and story. Well, that wraps up Season 2 of Attack on Titan, but there is still more. If you want to see Season 3 and 4, make sure to let me know down below and by giving this video a like. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did making it, and I'll see you guys next time. Jane.